this video.
Hey, my nigga, AR time. Yo.
For starters, I want to start this video off by saying shout out to ChatGPT. You heard me? It has broken down a lot of things for me that I didn't know for the longest time. You know what I'm saying? It's broken down a lot for me, man. From my birth chart to my numerology to just everyday life things. It put into perspective, like, I call myself Travis Unknown, but I spell it in a certain way. And it broke down with the and with the way I spell known. It broke down what that actually means, and for that to come together with everything that I've been doing, like as far as with my designs and with the music I've been doing secretly, like for that to be the meaning of it, is like, man, that has no choice but to be fake. And that's what we're gonna talk about. Ooh, that's the topic for today, you hear me? Signs and symbols, man, and how the world actually points you in the direction that you need to go, but you just don't do it. You know what I'm saying? And I saw somebody on TikTok who was saying, like, your mind is made for you to be safe. You hear me? Like, when you go with, because I'm a logical thinker, so everything I've been doing has been safe, but doesn't mean that it's been right. You know what I'm saying? I think last year is when I really, well, no, the year before that, 2023 is when I really stopped thinking logically, and I was just like, whatever I want to do, you know what I'm saying, I'm going to do. You know what I'm saying? Got rid of that hellhole that I was in. I hated that damn job. I ain't gonna say it's been all goddamn roses and peaches and cream. You know what I mean? Doing all these contracts and then going unemployed for like a month or two and then doing another contract. But it has taught me how to budget. It has taught me how to value things. I'm grateful. It's taught me gratitude. It's taught me a lot. And I know once I finish my degree and then, you know, I'm officially in the tech world with all the certifications and shit too, I know like that'd be the thing. But I think the world points us in directions and shows us things of what direction we need to go with signs and symbols. And you know, nothing happens off of coincidence. Like nothing is like coincidental. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, we might be sarcastic and say, oh shit, what a coincidence. But like, shit ain't coincidental though, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're meant to see something, and either you gonna take heed to it or you not, you know what I'm saying? That's just what it is. Either you gonna follow the sign or you not gonna follow it, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like, you know what I'm saying, to the whole religion thing, you know, if God does know, well, he has to know, or she has to know, or it. I ain't about to get into that whole spiel. But, you know what I'm saying? Like, if your life is already planned out, then the only thing that can cut it short is you not listening to the signs and symbols. Or you just going against what it's telling you, like gut feelings. Like, you know, some of us ignore our intuition. Some of us ignore our gut feeling. Some of us, you know what I'm saying, blatantly go the wrong way with shit. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, I think if we would just listen to our instincts and just, even though it don't look, you know, like me, I don't, sometimes I listen to them, sometimes I don't. And I feel like if I listen to them a lot more, even when things don't seem like it'll work out, I feel like if I would do it, it would. Because, you know, months later, I see somebody else do it, and it turns out pretty good for them. You know what I'm saying? Like, whether, no matter what it is, like, oh, dang, I thought about that 6 months ago. I thought about that a while ago. You know, and instead of admitting to yourself that you fucked up, you might be like, oh, these niggas copying my style. Which, some niggas do copy your style, but other niggas don't even know who the fuck you is. So it's like, can they really copy that? You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so signs and symbols, man. I think there's a lot that we ignore in this world, and I think in this lifestyle, or in this life, not lifestyle, in this life, if we follow the paths that are guided for us, because everything is about choice. It's either you choose to or you choose not to. Everything is a choice. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to tolerate nothing you don't want to tolerate. You ain't got to be with nobody you want to be with. You ain't got to work nowhere that you really don't want to work if you think about it. I mean, you got to suffer the consequences that come with it, but you ain't necessarily really got to, you ain't got to do shit. You know what I mean? Like, you can just sit around and shit. You know what I mean? You ain't really got to do shit. So, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like if we make all the right choices, which is impossible, but, you know, if you listening to your gut, you listening to your intuition, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you think about all the moments that didn't fall through in your life, that wasn't, like, for real what you wanted, you had a gut feeling saying, I shouldn't do this, or I shouldn't fuck with that person. But you did it anyway. But something told you, like, bro, I really shouldn't be right here right now. I really shouldn't be doing this. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like there's a lot of signs and symbols in this world, and we just don't follow them. And I'm a definite, you know what I'm saying, person that doesn't follow my intuition, and I think I need to do a better job of doing so. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I be sitting on a lot of great ideas. I feel like I be sitting on a lot of great inventions or styles or whatever the fuck. And, you know, I just be like, nah, it ain't gonna work. Like, I just shoot the shit down. But it's like, yo, if you get the thought came to you for a reason, man. So, or if you get that gut feeling, like you was excited about it, and then you sit there and record it, and now all of a sudden you ain't excited about it. But you let somebody else hear it, and they love it. But it's just you in the way. I feel like that's a lot of us, man. We don't pay attention to the signs and symbols. And like I said, back to the guy on TikTok, he was like, yeah, you know, your mind isn't designed to progress forward. It's designed to keep you safe. So that thing that you are scared of or that you are resenting, you know what I'm saying, that can possibly change your life. You just have to take that leap and be uncomfortable. And one of my quotes, explore the unknown, you know what I'm saying? Well, it ain't my quote, but one of my little sayings that I think it's on the back of this one. It's on the back of this one. Explore the unknown. You know what I'm saying? So, which is crazy, because like I said, I looked up the un and the known and what's the meaning of those. And to explore what those two things mean is crazy, man. I don't even want to say it. Like, I'm going to keep that to myself. You know what I'm saying? But that shit is crazy. But, you know, that's all I wanted to really talk about. Signs and symbols, man. Like, oh, and originality, man. I was in there watching basketball highlights, man, and I was like, you know what, man? Like, I be hearing commentators, or I be hearing people who do, like, basketball videos, and they'll say, like, quickly, like, oh, James Harden fucked the game up, or, oh, Steph fucked the game up. But, like, they ain't fucked the game up, man, because I'm thinking back to when I was a true fan of basketball, and that's all the fuck I lived and breathed. Everybody had pride in coming up with something that was originally done. Like, yes, you might have watched MJ, Penny, Grant, AI, T-Mac, whoever. You might have watched them and be like, oh, that's tight. Let me take a little bit of that, but let me put my little twist on it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you think about the early 2000s, early 90s, late 90s, hell, late 80s, shit, Magic was coming down the court doing all that shit. That was original. That was something that people ain't seen when he was passing the ball like that. And like Steve Nash was a flashy passer too. But you wouldn't say that him and J Kidd looked like Magic because they did it in their own way. Just like right now, you wouldn't say Lonzo Ball looked like J Kidd or Nash because Lonzo is doing it in his own way. And I feel what's happening is these young niggas just, and this in every aspect. It's music, it's everything. These younger niggas just don't give a fuck about looking, feeling, and acting like another nigga. So it worked for Steph, it worked for James Harden. So that's why the whole NBA, even niggas who 7 feet tall, do James Harden step backs and jack up threes like Steph. Because it works for them. They don't even sit there and go into the lab and try to create their own thing. They just like, yo, let's just do a drill on how James Harden would do this. That's the only difference. Back then, you didn't want to copy a nigga, just like rapping. Like, Wu-Tang ain't want to sound shit like NWA. Hot Boys ain't want to sound shit like No Limit. Them niggas right beside each other. Them niggas ain't want to sound like no 504 Boys. You know what I'm saying? Like, Outkast ain't want to sound like Phil Mob ain't want to sound like Outkast. They both from Georgia, but they're like, nah, I don't want to sound like this motherfucker. Like, Pastor Troy didn't want to sound like Tip. Like, nobody wanted to sound, like, everybody wanted to find their own unique shit. Like, yeah, you could have been a fan of it, nigga. Like, Boosie was a fan of Soulja Slim. He didn't sound like Soulja Slim. But he was a fan of the nigga, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can be a fan, you can show a nigga love, but you ain't got to take the whole nigga style. Like, niggas sound like Future. You know what I'm saying? Niggas sound like Thug. Niggas sound like whoever. You know what I'm saying? People sound like these people. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's cats who sound like Larry June. Like, Larry June's style is working, and there's niggas who sound like Larry June. It's like, why are you still in that man's style, bro? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, chill out, bro. Why are you still in that nigga style, bro? So, yeah, it's just, so that's the problem. It's this era of people. I ain't even gonna blame it on the generation, because there's niggas my age who do that shit too. So it's just this era of life where, you know, it's just, niggas just want to copy, bro. Niggas don't want to come up with their own shit, bro. Niggas just want to copy. Niggas just want to, oh, he got an acronym, I'm gonna do that shit too. Yeah, like, niggas just don't want to do their own thing, bro. And then swear they shitting on you just because they're moving. They're not, you know what I'm saying, they ain't moving forward, but they're moving around. So they're just doing shit, but it's not really like, you ain't doing nothing, so. But yeah, man, that's what it is, man. And I think that's all I wanted to talk about. That's it. So yeah, man, live free, stay unique. You know what I'm saying? Trust yourself, never fall. You know what I'm saying? Explore the unknown. Simply be yourself, man. And that's it. I'm gonna let this beat ride.